Hey now.
He did most of the last one.
This is what trees are made of. Hey now, hey now. Trees are made of. Hey guys, welcome back to Two Dudes Brew Reviews on another episode of Bigger Budget Equal a Better Brew. We got the wonderful Florida Man Double-IPA from the glorious Cigar City Brewery up in Tampa, Florida.
10-minute drive from here.
Insights.
Yeah, this is a double IPA brew. It's brewed with a ton of hops, and on the back they talk about wrestling alligators, having a tattoo of the Grim Reaper, pretty much everything associated with the first superhero, Florida Man. So that's exciting. It's definitely paying homage to the tales of crazy people from Florida that we're all well aware of. You hear them on the news stories.
It's not crazy people, man. It's literally the spirit of Florida Man. Everyone has Florida Man in their heart, or Florida Woman, whichever you prefer.
Somewhere
no
deep
matter
embedded.
what you do, Florida Man / woman is always looking over you and will always just go right inside and possess you.
May Florida Man be with you.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah. If you need someone to lasso an alligator while eating a public sub and downing some IPA, Florida Man's got your back.
Not just any public sub, chicken tender sub.
Chicken tender
Can't
sub.
go wrong with that.
It doesn't get more Florida than that. So
let's see how this Florida Man, brings out the best of Florida Man in us.
let's see if it brings out the best characteristics of our home state. So on the next segment of our channel, we're going to get a smell test of this beer, pick up any notes of what this beer has to offer. Let's go ahead and crack these open and see what they smell like. Nice pop to them.
Ooh.
Very pine, very citrusy,
Very hoppy, like a rabbit.
very heavy on the hops on this one, guys.
It does smell amazing. Very citrusy, very hoppy. So far from the smell test, you guys
passes.
did great from Cigar City. Definitely have to praise you for that, you guys. Yeah, very, very citrusy. It kind of reminds me of Highlight, but like
Juicier.
a super, kind of like a juicier version of it, or like a more superior version of it in a way.
If you took Highlight and put more mangoes and more clementines in there,
I mean, even the can, I actually like this over a lot of the cans that they make. Because you have the Welcome to Florida sign, you got the wonderful trailers here on fire, you got the cars on fire, you got an alligator chewing into a beer can, and then towards the bottom here, you got a little bit of the alligator skin. I actually like that a lot. Even on the back, you have the palmettos trees with the sunshine. It looks really awesome. It smells really, really good. Very potent. I actually can't wait to actually try this. It sounds amazing.
just the name alone, the main reason I bought this variety pack of Cigar City is because it said, oh, now including Florida Man. And that hit close to home.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
from
live in
Clearwater,
Florida, you know who Florida Man is. Like, it's not just one individual, it's just Florida Man.
It's an essence.
Yeah.
It's a type of person. Florida Man is
It's just
the
Florida Man.
culmination of a ton of negative experience
Bath
and an
salts,
unleash
alligators,
of rage.
Disney World.
There's not a lot to do down here except for visit beaches. We don't have any mountains. You can go to Disney World once in a while, but when you get bored of that, Florida Man comes out.
Florida Man always comes out for you. Sunshine
Yes.
Skyway Bridge, I-4, I-275. He is always anywhere. You're having a bad day, you read a story and it's Florida Man, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, man, this is why I'm here.
Yeah, you hear about a lady in the middle of a divorce with her husband. She goes to grab the stuff. The guy's like, no, you can't have that. She throws a squirrel at him. She's now a Florida Man. It speaks for itself. It's Florida Man. I read that in a news article once. A lady threw a squirrel at her husband, and they said it was the most Florida Man thing that they have ever seen.
If it makes you guys feel better, feel free to look up the year you were born, or even the whole date you were born. Like mine, for example, was March 1st, 1996. Look up Florida Man, March 1st, 1996, or whatever your birthday it is. they will straight up pull up a news article from the day you were born or whatever date you would like, and it will literally say Florida man, Florida woman, whatever the context, did this and this. It's very interesting to see. And Florida, man, there's 50 states, but Florida is its own little thing. We're in the straight south, but we are not south. We are just our own little country, if you would say.
Yeah, Florida is definitely different than the rest of the United States. I mean, just Google Florida man. You'll get an idea. And it's all true. All of it. As
like there was a Florida man that went to Wendy's and he decided to throw an alligator through the drive-thru to rob the place. It never gets stale here, man. Never gets stale.
It's like Han Solo speaking to Rey in The Force Awakens. It's all true.
What's that movie?
All of it. I don't know.
Is that
anyway,
Star Trek?
Let's go ahead and get a pour test.
I only know Anakin with the prequels.
God bless you. Alright, so we've now cracked these open, these Florida men, as you will. I don't know if you're, when you have two of these sitting on the table, if they're still considered Florida man beer or if they turn into Florida men.
Are you sure they're not Florida women?
They can be. You can be whatever you want to.
It's 2020.
It's 2020. Anyways, so we have our Florida mans. We'll kind of meet in the middle here. Our Florida mans are on the table. We have them cracked open in our glass. Let's get a taste test and see how these beers taste. Alright, so here we are with the Florida Men beer. I'm only calling it Florida Men because we have two of them on the table. It's no longer Florida Man. So let's go ahead and get a taste test of these beers and see what we're working with.
Clink it! Send it.
Wow.
Very citrusy. Excuse me.
A ton of citrus.
Very hop forward, of course. It's double IPA. Expect that from that. It really reminds me of High Life on steroids, almost.
But
like,
on
not
steroids.
in a bad way.
Steroids, not the cheap steroids, the good steroids.
Not in a bad way whatsoever. Like I said, it's very, very citrus forward. Of course, very hoppy since, a double IPA. Really, really smooth from Cigar City. A lot of double IPAs that we've had, they're kind of more pungent than anything, but this one's really smooth. The only other IPA I can think of is the Incursion New England double IPA, but this one I definitely think is on par with that one. What do you think?
I 100% agree with you. It's like a High Life on steroids. It's super juicy. A lot of like mandarin orange peel, a tiny bit of lemon in there. It's like a pine cone with like a kind of grapefruit orange juice underneath of it. Very, very floral, very citrusy, very hop forward. I mean, it's a good, juicy, hazy IPA, I'd say. It definitely lives up to its name.
Where are they located, dude?
Tampa, Florida, right down the road.
Seriously?
Yeah, absolutely.
Where at in Tampa? Like towards International Mall?
I believe so.
Really? I'm pretty sure I've driven past it multiple times, but personally, I'm a big fan of their highlight that they put out. Of course, we're being kind of biased in a way, but we're just trying to compare it to another brand of their beers. But this one's really good. Definitely is like a juicy, hazy IPA in my opinion compared to High Life. Definitely more bold when it comes to the citrusy take on it. Not as carbonated, of course. IPAs are a little bit more bitter and more forward. Not as carbonated as most beers. We got this. We got this.
That's a blooper reel.
Anywho.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and let these things sit out in the quote-unquote Florida sun, even though it's about to downpour right now. But we got that humidity, and you guys know how Florida loves to increase its humidity and temperatures in the middle of August. So either way, without the sun, it's gonna be very, very detrimental to this beer.
It's a Florida man sun going in the nice Florida man beer going in the Florida sun.
Florida man going right back into his Florida womb. Let's see what happens next.
All right.
Action.
All right, we're back with the wonderful Florida Man by Cigar City. It's a double IPA, as you're well aware by now. We've let it sit out on my porch in the wonderful Florida sun. Florida Man, Florida sun. They go hand in hand. Yes, the Florida Man
like
never
Florida
gets dark.
squared.
Florida squared. If that's
We got the Florida squared IPA. Actually, it's a double IPA, so that's even squared plus squared plus squared.
Okay, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and taste these beers that they've been warmed up in the sun and see how they are. Cheers, my bro.
Cheers to the Florida Man.
To the Florida Man within us. Ooh, brutal.
Alcohol definitely comes forward, as always. It's literally rinse repeat with me. But like I said, still highlight, like on steroids. Definitely get the floral, citrus, peel kind of note to it. You definitely get the very hop forward center of it. Really no complaints for me in particular. I definitely like it. I like the little harsh bite it has when it's warmed up. No matter what, it definitely represents Florida Man because you never know, what's coming. When it's cold, it's just nice, smooth, subtle. When it's warm, it kind of bites at you. You don't expect it. I mean, even for the color, it still holds up to what we're tasting warm-wise and cold-wise. I really can't complain. What about you, man?
I can't complain either. It's a beautiful looking beer in the glass still. It still tastes wonderful. A little bit more of an alcohol kind of flavor to it, but other than that, it's still extremely strong on the hops. I don't know how many varieties of hops that they put in this beer in particular, but there's a decent amount of every single hops that they put in this beer. I believe it's 8.5%, so it's a very strong beer, I would say.
Would you say it's the world's worst superhero, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Florida Man and Batman, if they went hand to hand, I don't know who would win. Maybe the Florida Man.
I mean, but what if it was a California Man?
Oof. Florida Man has an endless array of alligators and half-smoked cigars. And
California has, beaches?
beaches, yeah.
Taxed gas stations?
If a Florida Man... What we're trying to say here is if a Florida Man comes at you with his pet alligator...
Embrace him.
A double IPA in his hand and a public sub, just run away. Don't fight.
Embrace him, dude.
Embrace him.
Come on.
A long, hard hug.
I'm a local from Florida from birth. I've been here since I was not even 1 minute year old up in Clearwater.
Same here.
If I see a dude run at me with an alligator, a Publix chicken tender sub, and I see him with one of these beers or even a highlight beer from Cigar City, I will gladly open my arms to him. He obviously knows the path of life.
You're probably related in some way, shape, or form.
Oh,
it's
we're
Florida.
all related with Florida. I mean, come on, man.
It's Florida.
What would you take away from this beer? If we were just rating the beer, not the can design or anything, let's just start with the beer for once, and then we'll go to the can.
The beer gets a solid 8 out of 10 bottle caps for me. I mean, it sounds like we're being biased with our bigger budget equals better brews, but, I mean, from our experience, we've had generally better experiences with a bigger budget. I mean, this beer is very good. It's super hazy, super juicy. It captures everything an IPA should be, especially a double IPA. It's bitter, it's sweet, it's citrusy. It's Florida Man. What about you, Heath?
I mean, you put it into the full perspective entirely, this drink, it's called Florida Man, but it literally screams out Florida Man, like I screamed out earlier. I literally have no complaints with it. I mean, in a good way, it's very bizarre. The flavors pop out at you, like the peels of the, I want to assume, grapefruit and the orange. Those really scream at you, and once you take that initial sip, after that you get hit with the hops. And immediately with that hops, you get that bitter sweetness to it, and it really works well with the peels. And that's just kind of like the surprising twist that Florida has, is kind of like that in particular, is like you take a sip of beer and you're like, oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? What is going on? But it really puts together what Florida is. All it's missing is a chicken tender sub fit inside this can, and after that, you're all good, man.
You're set. You're from Florida.
I mean, overall for the beer, in my personal opinion, I would definitely give it a solid 9 bottle caps. Like I said, we're not trying to be biased. We're trying to be an open mind on what we're drinking here. And I said earlier, I've never had this beer before, but it's really good. Definitely a lot better than what Highlight is. Can design-wise, I definitely love how it looks. It's definitely Florida. You look at it and it's nothing but Florida. You didn't even have to put Florida Man on it, but you could tell that it's Florida. You got an alligator chewing into a beer, you got the palm trees, you got the sign, you got the alligator skin all over the place, and like I said, you even got the sign here that says welcome to Florida.
And the trailer park on fire.
Yeah, no kidding. The trailer park on fire.
They're all on fire.
You
always.
can't get any better than that, man.
It's Florida in a can. What more could you ask for?
It's amazing. I mean, great job, Cigar City. Like I
Knocked it out of the
said,
park.
we're not trying to be biased in any ways. We're trying to come into these with an open mind. We don't try to put beers down, but we also don't try to praise them. We just give a honest opinion about these beers, or different brews, rather. But this one's definitely higher up on our bigger budget equals better brews. Anything else you'd like to add, Kyle?
That pretty much sums it up. I'm happy that we're finishing this string of episodes off with a beer that represents our hometown in the can. Ending the episode, or ending our segment with Florida Man, definitely seems quite fitting. This is essentially Florida in a can. If you're gonna go wrestle an alligator, have a public sub in your hand, walk the beach, and just talk about how great you are to your friends, this is what you'd be drinking.
If anything, Cigar City, if you're watching, or any local Tampa brewery, get a collab with Busch Gardens. Nothing says Florida more than Busch Gardens, or rather Tampa more than Busch Gardens. Get a collab with them. Let's see what you guys can come up with, and we'd be happy to review your beer if you guys can make it this far. Because I would love to see that happen, but lo and behold, this is the true Florida Man. This is a beer for a Florida man. And with that, I guess we're done with this episode.
It's the essence of Florida in a can, and it's Florida. You have to come here to experience it yourself.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that wraps up this episode. Anything further to add, Heath?
I would just say, if anything, I know we're not sponsored whatsoever. If you guys get the chance, if you're in Florida or even in Tampa, Florida, go ahead and check out the Cigar City Brewery. It's a beautiful brewery. They have many brews on tap. This Florida Man was definitely a whole different experience, or adventure, if you want to put it.
Or one of the many local breweries in the area.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a ton of them out here.
Of course, it's Florida. We have freaking thousands of them if you want to check them out. Definitely recommend that. Support your local businesses. Until then, I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification just so you guys get that notification when we upload a new video. Until then, hope you guys stick around until next time.
All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching.